all right. Good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world right now. It's been a long time since we've seen each other live, directly. How are you doing? I gotta say that I'm very excited to do this because it's been a long time as well for me since I've done a tier list for any soundtrack since maybe Dark Souls 3, I think, which was a long time ago. So first things first, let me know if you can hear me okay, all right? Let me know if you can hear me, because sometimes this is kind of iffy. And one of the reasons that I haven't been streaming like I was doing it before was because my internet went just kaboom. It just died, mate. So hopefully I can start streaming more often from now on. Fingers crossed. But as you might know already, we're going to do well, first of all, we're going to do Elden Ring Soundtrack tier list today, voted by you. I might intercede when I think you're just going crazy, but let's say it's going to be mostly voted by you, all right? Hey, Harry, what's up, mate? Grumble, good to see you. All right, so we have the tier maker here, and as you can see here, there's many tracks that we probably won't be doing because we're going to be actually listening to the official soundtrack. Okay, so on the official soundtrack there is there's songs that are like for the major bosses, but we for example, we have here like Grave Wardens. I don't think that song is on the original soundtrack, okay? Like the one that you can purchase on vinyl or the one that you can listen on Spotify, for example. So some of the songs that we see here in the tier list are not going to be making it into the tier list itself because it's not officially released. But depending on the time or if you feel like it, we could also rank them just for funsies. It's just going to depend on you, all right? Okay, let me lock this in so you don't see that margin there, all right? So, why don't we start right off the bat with the first track that we see here, which is Godfrey Fierce Elden Lord, okay? So let me look it up here in another tab. Let me open this here. Do you have any of the DLC tracks here? No, we're going to do the DLC tracks separately on another day. If we can finish the stream today successfully without any hiccups with my internet connection and so on and so forth, then it's going to signal me that I'm good to do another stream where we will be doing the Shadow of the Erdtree soundtrack separately. We're going to do that on another tier list separately, all right? So, but first we're going to do this one, of course. So let's listen to Godfrey Fierce Elden Lord. Godfrey Fierce Elden Lord. And the way we're going to do this, because I know that some people really don't like to participate in chat, they're just lurking, they're just here, watching the stream on a second monitor or something. So to include them into the voting and so on and so forth, what I'm going to do is that we're going to listen to the track first, okay? And then I'm going to open a poll in the chat where everybody will be able to vote if they consider the song is S, A, or B, or C. Now, there's a reason why there's only 4 options in the tier list, and it is because YouTube only allows me to place 4 options in a poll maximum, okay? I can't place 5, 6, or 7, so there's no D tier, there's no F or anything like that, okay? That's the only reason why. However, it's important to say as well that anything that goes into C tier is not going to be like trash, okay? It's just going to be like the songs that we don't really think that they're as good as other ones. So, let's listen to Godfrey, Fierce Elden Lord, alright? Alright. Let me know if you can hear the music, okay? I can hear it, but let me know if you can hear it. Godfrey, his theme opens with grandeur and finishes with terror. We'll see about that. Ooh. That's... Mate, the trills in the brass, in the trumpets was so cool. Ching, 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 ching. I feel like tracks have greater impact on you if you had a good experience with the boss. Yeah, that makes an impact for sure. We will talk about that in a second. Okay, this is the second phase, I think. That's 3/4 time, isn't it? It might be 6/8, but yeah, they're similar. It's just that the pulse is different. It feels different. But let's say it's waltzy. Yeah, that's the horror part, I think you were saying. Ching, ching, ching. Whoa. All right. Okay, that was good. I like the second phase more than the first phase. I don't know about you. So before voting for this track, I want to make a little comment about what Nefarious just said. Because I feel like tracks have greater impact on you if you had a good experience with the boss. Yeah, I do agree with that. If you have if there's a boss that has a particular impact on you, it doesn't matter if really there's a particular song that is more popular or more particularly perceived as a better song than the one that you experience the best within the game. Because let's say, for example, I don't know, this is just going to be an example, okay? I'm not saying that this is going to be the rating for the song, but let's say that, I don't know, Renala, the theme for Renala for you was S tier because you really enjoyed that fight and therefore the soundtrack really resonated with you. Now, maybe Renala's song is not as popular as other tracks, but for you, because you had that particular experience with that boss when you fought it and so on and so forth, then yeah, it will it would certainly change the outcome of how you view the track for sure. I mean, that's what happened to me when I listened to Abyss Watchers in Dark Souls 3. I don't really know how popular that song is among Dark Souls fans, but for me particularly, it had a lot to do with my experience fighting the boss. So yeah, I will agree with that. Sure, TLDR, I agree. Okay, so let's do the poll here, right? Let's do the poll, and ask Godfrey. Okay, let me type this in. Godfrey first Elden Lord. A, S, A, B, and C. Okay. So the poll is open. What do you think? How do you rate Godfrey First Elden Lord as a song in Elden Ring? Do you think S, A, D, or C? Abyss Watchers is my favorite track in DS3. Same. I'll say the same. To be honest, with the sample of Renala, I can't even remember her track because the fight was over so quickly. Fair. I think I might have killed her like in 2 or 3 tries. The boss difficulty is not that hard. It's one of the easiest ones from the main bosses, right? But we're going to figure out if that's the true or not today. That's for sure. If I were to give my take on whether I consider a song good, it's if I chose to hunt down the OST after I finally managed to stop dying. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, so we have the most people voted for an A tier. Okay. A tier. Everybody voted for A tier. I will consider this a B tier for my liking, but probably because I didn't have as an awesome as an experience with the boss, fighting the boss. I mean, it's cool, but it wasn't like the most impactful for me. But I'll respect your wishes. Okay, let's put it in A tier because you said so. Okay. Now let's move on towards Astel, Natural Born of the Void. So let's look let me search the theme right here. Astel. I think Astel is a really cool fight. I like the boss design and everything. But quite honestly, I can't remember that much the soundtrack. Let's see. Natural Born of the Void. Void. Okay, let's check it out. His intro sounds very spacey, mysterious. It's very elusive so far. We have the low end bringing the menace and the threat. Okay, it's very, very. I mean, there isn't too much precaution in it. Yeah, it's very ghostly. Yeah, it's very much anchored here. That was it? No. I think this is second phase. Does that boss have even a second phase? I can't even remember that. Oh, that brass there sounded a little bit Bloodborne-ish. And we have a little bit more of the brass bringing the menace here instead of the low end. The trombones, mate. Ooh! Ooh. It's getting interesting. It's going on. God, that's the resolution of it. Yeah, when we hear those strings at distance just like fading away. That was cool. I will say though that the song gets interesting towards the end. Otherwise, it's pretty much anchored to the same kind of vibe. You know, it in terms of its instrumentation, it's very minimal, okay? So it's trying to be very in the background, but towards the end, it really gets more interesting. But I'm going to ask you on a poll, what do you think it should be in the ranking? Astel, Natural Born, or The Void? Is it S, A, B, or C? Fair, I find the first half A and second half B. That's fair enough. I know that you're talking about Godfrey, not Astel. I still appreciate a reminder for his OST. Well, I think I know why I couldn't quite remember it, because it's really very much into as a behind the scenes kind of thing. It's beyond it's beyond the curtain, let's say. It's not really it's more of a background music that his own kind of theme, you know, because you could listen, I think you could listen to Godfrey, for example, as a standalone theme, but Astel is more of a background kind of thing. except towards the end. Towards the end, it sounds more of as a cue that can be its own theme, you know, its own song, like isolated from the game. I remember it to be quite celestial. Yeah, it has that spacey, especially at the beginning, you know, spacey vibes. Extraterrestrial, you could say. Yeah, well, see, yeah, because the whole theme is like cosmic, you know, like a cosmic horror, and that's probably why it sounds at times like a Bloodborne-ish kind of song. Oh, it's Bloodborne. It seems like they were dipping into the cosmic horror vibes some Bloodborne OST tend to have. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. Bit Bloodborne's key, just without the violence in the track. Yeah, it is not as piercing, except towards the end. Towards the end, it gets really tense, I would say. But I would say this: the song, since the song for the most of the track is really in the background, and it's very minimalistic in its approach to the instrumentation and so on and so forth. It makes a really good contrast towards the end cue, because the ending cue really is super tense, and you can hear that the music it increases the tension and so on and so forth, increasing the pitch of the notes going higher and higher, which has that effect, you know, of that shrieking horror vibe. Like almost like a screamish tone that you hear, you know, that is just so tense. Now I see why this theme never stood out to me. It focused on ambience rather than melody. Yeah, which it does well, but not when I look for after the fact. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, you know. It's the kind of songs that you think are themes within themselves, that they don't need the context of the video game to stand out by themselves. You can hear the song as an original isolated piece of music. I bet some well-versed in music theory will have a nice time with this track, but I feel like it will take a backseat in the gaming sense, but doesn't make itself well known while you will be playing. Well, I think most people say, well, there's a 50-50 here in the poll. Also, people said it was an S tier. We had a vote on S tier and vote in the C tier. That's crazy. I think this song, I will place it in B tier only because of the final cue, okay? But if it didn't like change towards the end, I would have placed this song in C tier. But I'm gonna put it in I would agree with B tier just because of the ending cue, right? But speaking of the music theory thing, I see it this way. You can there might be interesting things behind the scenes in terms of the composition, in terms of music theory, and so on and so forth in many songs, okay? But I think that that really is just more of an exercise in analytical thinking in music, more than what really matters, which is what makes you feel, what it makes you feel, how it connects with you. Music, at the end of the day, is an artistic form of expression that appeals to emotions, and you know, and it's trying to connect with something within you. And music theory can't do that for you. Music theory is a tool for some composers, those who, you know, go to school and study music. But at the end of the day, you can make the most interesting song music theory wise. You can make use of, negative harmony, or I don't know, mate, like insane modulations and crazy displacement of notes, stacking sevenths, fourths, or whatever, doing clusters, whatever you may think it will be cool as a music theory thing. But at the end of the day, that really doesn't matter. You can put all those things in a basket, and if it doesn't connect with anybody, or it doesn't make anybody feel anything, then what are you doing? That's my take. So Astral goes in B tier. I would agree with that. So let's listen to Ancient Dragon Lansex. Is that the correct name? I suppose. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, the other one is Fortisax. Yeah, I might have mixed it up. Okay, let's listen to Ancient Dragon Lansex now. Let's see. Boom. Whoa! This is complete contrast to the other one, to Astral. Thanks for the hearts, lads. Here comes the dragon. Okay, we have a good contrast from the first cue. It starts very hard, very violent. Now we have a transition cue here. Okay, listen to that low note. It's starting to give you the cue, the sign of the menace building up again. Strings are doing some tremolo, swelling in and out. Wait, that was it? Oh, that was it. Wow, this song is super short. And this doesn't have like a second phase, right? Well, yeah, then it makes sense. This is just a very short loop. So this particular song starts very strong, as we can hear, but it certainly has very contrasty parts, if that's a word, during the remaining of the whole track. But since it's going to loop, then that contrast that appears throughout more than half of a song, I would say, it's not going to be as perceivable, because the first cue is going to be looped again, and then it's going to come really hard. So that's a good balance. Okay, so I'm going to read the chat while we do the poll. Okay, so let me pull the poll here. I'm going to ask you about Ancient Dragon Lansex. You think is S, A, B, or C? Okay, on what you're saying, a lot of the music in Elden Ring didn't resonate with me, evoke any strong emotions in me while playing compared to other games, for example, Nier and Dark Souls 3. Yeah, that's totally fair. I don't think there's a song in Elden Ring that has resonated with me as much as Abyss Watchers, for example. That's for in my case, in my particular case, okay? Because um I don't know. You know, it, sometimes it's really hard to say why some music resonates with you other than other music. Even for me, that I'm a musician, you know, and I've been doing music on and off, but certainly the last year is dedicated to it uh, for about 20 years or something like that, 21 years. And sometimes I can't articulate why I like a song more than another one. And I'm gonna give you another example. You know, this doesn't have to. It's not related to Elden Ring, but you know, a lot of people like Billie Eilish. You know, they like she's a very famous artist. A lot of people like their music. But for some reason, I can't connect with her music. I don't think it doesn't have to do with is it a generational thing or anything like that. But I just can't connect with her music, and I know that she's a good musician. She's a very good singer. She's a good musician. She does really good music with her brother, but for some reason I can't connect with it, and I can't articulate other than that why that is. And sometimes that's the way it is. Another band that I can't connect with is Imagine Dragons, mate. They are super popular, yet I can't connect with any other music, which is crazy. Well, that's just some of the examples I can say. You know, sometimes we don't have to punish ourselves too much intellectually on why is it that we don't like something, mate. Sometimes it doesn't connect with us. Sometimes it connects with us at a later stage in life. I remember, for example, that back in the day, I used to listen to go to a friend's house, and we would listen to metal music in his house, right? We would listen to all kinds of metal, like Slayer, Megadeth, you know, all these popular metal bands. I remember that he introduced me to a band called Iced Earth, which is like a heavy metal slash thrash slash power metal song band. Sorry, and at the first impressions, I didn't really like it, but then it grew on me. But then there's other music that, as much as I hear the music, it just doesn't grow on me, and it is because it's not music that is for me. I just don't connect with it, and that's okay. I don't overthink it out on why that is or anything, because at the end of the day, to be fair, there's just so much music out there, mate, that you can hear, that overthinking about why you don't connect with it for some reason or another is just a waste of time. Just go and enjoy something else, okay? So, rant over. Let me keep reading the bloody chat. Okay, I'm going to end the poll here. It seems to be very split. So let me read the messages here. Okay. Sounds like a reduced version of Splasidu's X OST. Okay. I don't remember Placidus X, but obviously we're going to listen to it later. And also, Nefarious, on your comment about Nier, I like Nier OST, well, so from the music that I've heard so far, because I haven't heard the complete soundtrack, which, by the way, might be a good idea to hear maybe the whole soundtrack for Nier Automata or Nier Replicant or something in a future stream. That might be an interesting idea. But from what I've heard so far, even from back in the day, from the days from Nier Gestalt, I think it's like insanely good. And if you like Nier, the Nier OST, you should listen to The Stellar Blade soundtrack, by the way. Let's see. Let's keep here. That female choir raises the hair on my skin while the brass gives me the honor hunting vibe. Yeah. Fits given it's a dragon that ambushes you. Okay. Not to mention there's a familiar leitmotif here. Yeah, the brass section in music in the orchestra always have that kind of a people associate brass a lot with regality, the imperial vibe, martial themes, military as well, act of heroism, stuff, and so on and so forth. It's a common thing that happens as well. Okay, one track that is underrated, and I don't know why they have such an epic theme, is the Earth 3 avatars. I don't know if it's here. I see Earth 3 Nights, but I don't see the Earth 3 avatars here. Oh no, it's there. It's Earth 3 avatar. I don't think that song is on the main soundtrack, on the original soundtrack of the game, but we could hear it towards the end. If chat wants to listen to the remaining songs, we can do that very quickly. Okay, so we have Lancex very split. Everybody's saying like it's completely split. S, A, B, C. 25 on each. So I think I'm gonna have the deciding vote. I think I'm gonna give it a B, okay? I like the contrast in between the first cue and the second cue, but there wasn't something particularly about the song that really I could connect with, okay? So I'm gonna give it a B tier. Let's put it on B, okay? Okay, let's listen to Let's Dragon 46 first, but first let me finish reading your comments. Only track I resonated with from Imagine Dragons is the 2014 World Songs from League of Legends. Experience associated with music definitely plays a big part in why you like it. Yeah, I can see why. I didn't play League of Legends. I'm going to tell you a story that I think I've never told anyone, okay? I could have been a massive League of Legends fans, because I remember that the first time that I played League of Legends was in 2000. Was it? I think it was like 2009. When was the game released? League of Legends release date. 2009 was October 2009. 2007. Yeah, I think. Wait. No, in 2009 I put any. No, I think the first time that I played was around 2012 or something like that. Yeah, I think it was around 2012, because when I played it, I think they released like a 2.0 version of the game with better graphics. Everything was looking way better than the previous version. So I think it was at the time. But here's the thing. I started to play the game, but my PC broke. Like, it just went kaput. And if my PC didn't have that failure, it is very possible that I would have been a League of Legends, I would have had a League of Legends rot for many years. But just for the fact that my computer broke when I started playing League of Legends, then I I just stopped playing when I got a new PC, because, well, I just forgot about the game. I started playing something else. And that's the only reason why I didn't play. And then after so many years, I just couldn't even bother to try it. I just don't care about the game at all. I do like everything surrounding the game, but the game itself, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, mate. The music department in League of Legends is S tier, mate. Arcane was insane. So you know they do they have cool stuff, but the game is just not for me. Anyways, hey Atlas, I just want to thank you because you were one of my inspirations to become a YouTuber of musical reactions. Greetings from Mexico. No way, mate. Really? Thanks, Pablo. Gracias, güey. Está muy chido que me hayas dicho eso. Saludos por allá. Thanks, mate. That's very, very flattering indeed. Okay, have you listened to Ashes of Dreams from Nier? No, I think I haven't. I mean, somewhere in the near future. Yes, we will do the Shadow of the Earth 3 OST on another time. Okay, well, let's move to Let's Dragon 46 because we're just talking too much, or I'm talking just too much. Okay, Let's Dragon 46. Okay, let's check it out. Oh yeah. This has organ. That's a plus for me. Okay, this is good, mate. So far, this is good. Woo! Yeah, the tail is really good. The tail is killing it with the organ. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah! Listen to the organ! No, don't tell me that's the whole song, mate. Come on. Okay. No, just seems the... Okay, this is second phase. That's mean. Oh! Damn. We have this descending ostinato here. It's a pretty good touch. The organ has been playing throughout the whole song. This part is sick, mate. Wow, the song is long. Okay, this is the resolution. Blood. That's the resolution of the song. Okay, I'm gonna open the poll, and while you vote, I'll keep reading your messages. Okay, so let's see. Lich Dragon or Tisax? You think it's an S, A, B, or C? Okay, let's read some messages, all right? S tier 40 Sax is S tier. Okay, well, we will find out. 40 Sax is my least favorite boss in the game, Mr. Potter. Okay, so we might have a split opinion here. It's a song that feels equal parts awe-inspiring, terrifying, and somber. It fits the narrative of the boss's character on its contextual narrative. A special shout out to the organ and percussion. Yeah, the organ and the cello in the first part of the cue is amazing, fantastic. And on the second phase, there's a particular part of the choir that has a more identifiable theme. It was pretty cool. The thing is that, in my opinion, the theme doesn't... I would have liked the theme to be more... It would have been better for me, for my liking, if it had a little bit more staying power instead of doing so much variations towards something else. Because I think the song moves towards something else too quickly. I as a listening experience, I would say, I would have rather stayed more into that thing. But the thing is that, remember that this is in the context of the video game, not in the context of us listening this song outside of it. So that's a little bit unfair from my part. But since we're listening the song out of the context of the game here, I think it's a little bit valid to say. Okay, so I'm gonna end the poll here. A lot of people most people is saying it's A tier. But let me finish reading the messages. You were safe from leak. Yeah, I was. It was a blessing in disguise that my PC broke, mate. Because otherwise, I don't know what would have happened with me playing League of Legends. I probably would have gone bald before my time. You know, I would have went bald playing the first season or something. I don't know, mate. But yeah, I have my dead PC to thank for saving me, I suppose. Yeah, that cello was pretty good. A really good Spanish way. Yeah, I know. Mexican Spanish, it's a very, I mean, there's no missing it or you know confusing it with another accent, from all the Spanish accents in the world. It's a very identifiable. I don't know how many accents people consider, how many accents in Mexico there is, because, well, I don't live in Mexico. I've never been there. But I don't know if people within Mexico know where people is depending on their accent. And I'm pretty sure that there has to be something like that, because in every country in the world, people know by the accent where they might be from. But maybe it's, people from Mexico City has a different accent from people in Monterrey, and Monterrey people is different from, I don't know, Tijuana or something like that. You know what I mean? There might be different, but I only know the one that I just tried to imitate. Okay, so the S3 style OST. I think that this song was indeed more towards the S3 style, especially the beginning, the first cue. But then it changed drastically towards the end. But it did have a DS3 style, more of a style from the beginning. It's like a 2-song opera. Such an epic theme from such a mid-boss. I'm a huge sucker for a rolling timpani section, grand choirs, organs, and cello solos. This song slaps for me, no question. I will enjoy this track much more if it was given to a different boss. That's fair. Still S though. For me, it's an A. Okay, well, we have a split in between S and A. But I don't know. I mean, I think the song starts really strong, in my opinion. And for a second, I thought this was going to be S tier material. The thing is that for me, as the song goes on and it gets into the second phase has a very cool theme in the choir, but it doesn't stay as much as I would have wanted to just vibe to it, I would have liked it to be more present throughout the song. So I think I'm gonna give it an A, but I will put it in front of Godfrey. I don't think it wouldn't be fair for me to place it in S tier. For it to be S tier, it has to be like the whole song is just like a, like a fucking banger, man. Okay. So this one is going to be very interesting. We're going to listen to Morgoth, the Omen King. So let's check it out. I actually did a video. I did an analysis of this song last year. Actually, it was a double feature. I analyzed Morgoth along with Melania's song in one video. If you haven't checked it out, you can check it out later after the stream if you want. Okay, let's check out Morgoth, the Omen King. Oops, it seems like I've already listened to that before. Let's start from the beginning. Wait, this isn't. I don't think this. I think I'm confused. This is not the song that I did. My apologies. This is not the song. Well, this song certainly has way more percussion than the other tracks. I'm not entirely sure if this is a good or a bad thing so far. Oh, this is the first phase. What solo instrument is this? I mean, it's in the range of the cello, but it doesn't sound like a cello. Well, so far this song doesn't have a particular theme that I can connect with. I don't know how. What do you think? It ends with a tubular bell at the end. That's the resolution. Okay, lads. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to give it, but I'm just going to ask you anyways. More God. The Omen King. S, A, B, or C? Your Spanish is from the capital, actually. The most common and popular one. Yeah, that makes sense. Morgoth, this is a phone. This is one's phone. It's an evolutionary follow-up to a leitmotif. You become intimately familiar with the nearest of the start of the game. Against your will. For sure banged my head against a brick wall with him on release at 2 a.m. in the morning, with me having to sit and examine it in 7 hours. No, mate, that's not a good thing. Hell no. Margit, that is. Okay. Oh, with Margit, okay. Yeah, that's the that makes more sense. A familiarity given by the shared leitmotif is what does it narratively. Yeah, the choir adds to operatic nature, as does that cello. Could also argue it's treading old ground, though. Right, because I mean, this song is based on the Margit theme. If it's not like I remember, but it makes sense in the order you fight the bosses. Am I right? I don't know how many hours I spent fighting Margit. And I think the only reason why I spent so much time fighting Margit was because I wanted to parry. I wanted to win the fight with the parries, but eventually I caved, and I just used my two-handed weapon. But maybe I can try that for a challenge someday, trying to beat Margit with only parries. fits well in the game, but I don't know about a one of a listen. Okay, so let me end the poll here. There are 50% people. 40% says B. There's people that says S, A, and C. Fairly split up. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like this song too much. If it was my vote, I would place it in C tier. But as everybody seems to say that it's a B tier for the most part. So let's put it on B tier. All right. Let's go to, well, these two are like random bosses. Let's go to Placidusax. All right. Dragon Lord. Placidusax. Boom. I like the beginning. I like the wind instrument in it. Sacrifice. I like that. Man. Oh yeah. I like that a lot. Okay. There it is. Let's open the poll. Dragon Lord. Let's see, 2 sacks. S, A, B, or C? Unlike Lanciax, who's basically a jump scare, here's all about that mysticism and grandeur. Still terrifying, but more of an awe than panic. I think the awe comes when we have that pattern, the dun 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 dun. Although the panic is always there, but I think that specific cue where we hear the pum 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 is more of the awe and urgency of the fight, but not necessarily the panic. The panic and the horror element in it comes in other cues, I think. From a first listen, at least. Well, this is not a first listen. Let's say the first listen here in the stream. Out of the game, let's say. I wonder if there's any similarities with Bale in this track. Mate, Bale just kicked my ass. Bale was so much of a kick-ass. It was insane. I think I had more trouble with Bale than with Radon at the end of the DLC. He was crazy. Okay. I'm gonna end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's see the... Wait, where are the... What happened? Where's the poll? Hello? The poll disappeared. Okay. I think I'm just gonna have to do it again. Oh God. Okay. YouTube just derp. Dragon Lord. Placidus X. Jeez. S-A-B-C. Okay. Oh, never mind. It just appeared. It just that was took a long time. Okay, so we have a lot of B and an A. Do I think this is a B? I mean, people even said this was a A tier. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is a B tier. But I would say this is above Morgoth for sure. And actually, Lancex is above Astel as well. These two are about the same, I would say. So yeah, let's put it in B. Okay, next one is Star Scorch Radon. This is going to be interesting. Let's check it out. Star Scorch. Okay, let's check Radon now. Radon's theme. That's why the after listen is usually my first time hearing the song properly. Yeah. Oh, the martial pattern in the percussion. I'm already sold. A growling tuba, mate. That's so much menace. Okay, this is good. They're good. The percussion, mate. Love that. Oh my god. No, this is so good. It's so nasty. Ay, ay, ay. Single face. Those accents in the percussion, mate. Jeez. Oh god, I'm getting goosebumps. Damn it, mate. Okay, this might be the first S tier song, mate. But at least, in my opinion, this is really good. God damn. No. It's a good shit, man. It's a good shit. Listen to the resolution. This has to be a resolution, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. For me, this is S tier. I'm going to do the poll either way. Because obviously, this is the point of the stream. Otherwise, I could have done this myself. By myself, I mean. Star Scourge for Dawn. S, A, B, or C. Epic chat music. Yeah. Radon is a giga chat for sure. Special shout out to the brass in the choir. The brass because it seems to canter like a galloping horse. For the choir, that's basically his army giving a send off to their proud leader. Yeah. There's definitely a motif of leadership and of commanding. That's why the percussion has that martial pattern in it, you know, in the snares. Because Rodani was, you know, he led armies. He's one of the Imperians, right? That's what he's called. His kind. He certainly was a general, a commander, or whatever you want to call it. So that's a good call there, Harry. Okay, Mate Werner says it's an S. I agree with that. Sing for honor, sing for glory, sing to remember the greatest of warriors. That's the feeling I get from his song, and I can't sing its praises enough. Yeah, I think so far this is the best songs that the best song that we have heard, and everybody seems to be in agreement that this is an S tier song. Yeah. The music of the DLC fight was the only thing that kept me from insanity. Yeah, that Rodan fight in the DLCs was insane, mate. Okay, so we have the Fierce S tier, which I wholeheartedly agree. The Star Scourge Rodan is S tier for sure. I agree with that. So let's move to okay, we have Malenia now. Interesting. Malenia. Blade of Mikla. Let's check it out. This I did a video for this song. This one I'm pretty sure. The Morgoth one I was mistaken. It wasn't for Morgoth. It was for Mog. That's a different track. Okay, let's listen to Malenia now. Okay, it seemed like I started listening to the song before. Let's listen to it now. Solo string instrument to communicate storytelling of her being alone, confined in the rot. Yeah, this is the same thing that happens with Astel, with the Astel track. Pretty much minimalistic approach in the instrumentation, stays in the background. Most of the storytelling was done by the solo instrument at the beginning of the song in the intro. Okay, this is when she blossoms. This is the second phase. My god. The runs in the violins. Yeah, I think this is triple compound time. Two, one, two, one, two. That spiccato melody is pretty sick. But it sounded a little bit more like a staccato, to be fair. Maybe in between? Okay, that was Melania. Okay, let's do the poll. Melania. Well, I'm not going to write everything. Everybody knows who Melania is. S, A, B, or C? Let's see. The fight was my kind of masochism. I hated this fight so much. She kicked my ass the first day. I couldn't finish the fight the day I encountered her for the first time. In fact, I had to cheese her with a different build. I was using the Bloodhound blade, and I couldn't kill her with that. Then I changed to a Faith build with the Blasphemous blade, and I was able to kill her with that. Otherwise, I would still be fighting her to this day, I suppose. Personally, I love just how different the phase 2 is from 1. A true metamorphosis. A tier from me. Okay, there's a split here then. Let me see. Okay, there's... Well, most people are saying it's a B tier. I'm gonna be honest, lads. I don't. The only part that I like about this song is the first part, the very beginning with the solo instrument, because I think that's the most crucial part in the storytelling of this track. But also, I'm gonna say that I'm biased towards this track because I hated fighting this boss. So I'm gonna go with your vote, okay? I'm just gonna go with that. Let's put Melania on B tier. I will say that she's around here, the middle of B. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, let's go with Godric the Grafted. I did a video for this song as well. Godric. This theme I do remember, and it's pretty sick. Godric the Grafted. Took me 5 days in between finding her. I went and finished the game, then came back and took me 3 out of the 5 days to beat her. Yeah, she is bullshit for sure. I didn't finish the game first. I just went on and about to hunting the items that I lacked for the other build that I did, the Fate build, and then I fought her with that. Okay, let's listen to Godric now. This is very Bloodborne. This part is sick. Listen to the bass, mate. It has like a chromatic thing. So yeah. This is out of Bloodborne. That's so sick, mate. It's so cool how it builds, mate. Second place. He comes. Ah! I didn't remember that the song had so much variations in the second phase, mate. Yeah, those chromatic elements that they introduce in the song is just so dark. That's one of my favorite parts of the song. It just that's the resolution. Okay, let's open the poll for Godric, the Grafted. Okay, Godric, the Grafted. S, A, B, or C? Roderick the Rafted. It gives you a big impression when you fight him for the first time, you know, especially when he cuts his arm and replaces it with the dragon head. That was pretty sick. Okay, so I'm gonna give a little bit more time for the poll to go, but people seem to say that this is an S tier. Most people think this is an S tier. Okay. I'm actually split with this song. I think the first phase is S tier, but the second phase is A tier. Sometimes even dropping to B, because I think it has way too many variations. I mean, the second phase, but no, I don't think I can agree with you, lads, in this S tier. I think it's 60% of people said it is an S tier. Wow. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. I'm gonna put it in A tier, but top A tier. I don't think this is as good as a Star Scourge Redan made. I think the insane amount of variation helps contribute to the feeling of lunacy, which, given its Godric, fits. I mean, I understand the unpredictability of the song adds to the storytelling of the character, but I mean, we're listening to the music outside of the context in a way, right? Because if that's what's the case, like we would have had to rank Astil a little bit further into the tier list, because the music actually does feed a lot into this cosmic horror floaty boss or something, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna give it an A. Okay, I'm gonna put it in A. I'm going to overthrow a little bit your vote here, because I don't think it's as good as Star Scourge Redan. Okay, if you're going to place songs in S tier, it has to be either as good or as a Star Scourge Redan or better. And Star Scourge Redan is good all the way out. A plus. Okay, yeah. Let's say that A plus is like is top of here. Like if we have something here, it's A plus. It's almost S. I think that's a good compromise. You say it's S, but I don't think it is as an S tier. I'll say it is an A, but I'll put it on top of A. We will make it an S plus, an A plus, like Bethera says right here. That's fair. All right. Okay, let's move towards Renala then. Next one is Renala. Let's check here. Anala. I'm pretty sure this is not going to get a high ranking, but the storytelling is really good. Listen to the choir. Female choir, by the way. Very important to mention. Phase 1 ambient, but pleasantly so. I love that solo piano. We'll talk about the ambient thing. This is the second phase. Yeah, it has this basically the same concept. I know this is not going to get a high ranking, but I'll mention a couple of things about the song that I like. Okay, there we have it. That's Renala. Let's do the poll. And while we do the poll, I'll explain a couple of things about Renala. As a B, and C. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is that storytelling wise, this song is one of the most on point songs that I've heard so far in terms of, you know, actually being congruent and aligned to this to who the character is. We have to remember that when we fight her, we get to that room where she's with these acolytes or whatsoever, and she also has like an egg. This is in the first phase. There's the motherly theme in the first phase of the song. It sometimes the track almost sounds like a lullaby. Okay? So in that regard, it's very much aligned with who the character is. And we have to remember that it also has the female choir in it, which I don't remember if all the acolytes in that room are female, but I will be willing to say that they are. So that's another layer of congruency within, the visual narrative that we see in the game, translated into the music. And when we hear the second phase, it is really much about still that motherly figure. We have to remember also that in mythology, in our mythology, not Elden Ring mythology, but our mythology, the moon has always been related to femininity and women and fertility. So on the second phase, we fight her in that full moon space at night with the water and everything, and it carries that narrative forward a tenfold from what we had at the beginning. So even though this theme doesn't seem to be like a big deal, I think even though it might not be like the most exciting listening experience, it is one of the best songs that tell the story of the character, which is very interesting. So, okay, people saying it's a B tier, surprisingly enough. A lot of people are saying it's a B tier. So yeah, I would agree that this is a B tier. I would say this is here, above Astil. Well, Astil Final Q is really cool. It's really good. But I think Renala deserves to be above it because the song is really good at in the storytelling, I have to say. Even though it might not be like a go-to to listen to. Okay, so let's go to Fire Giant now. Let's listen to Fire Giant. Fire Giant. This is an interesting approach because you will think the Fire Giant will have like a giga epic soundtrack, but This song is really holding it back. Okay, that's the first phase. Okay, here's the contrast. Ooh. Those woodwind runs. I like that a lot. Woodwinds +1 point for me. Okay. Well, I didn't like too much the first phase, but the second phase was a little bit more interesting. Let's see. What do you think? Fire Giant is S, A, B, or C? Credit, my PTSD bias is crawling up again. Credit to the rising brass melody to give that feeling of fighting something colossal, like Jorm the Giant in PS3. I love the drums in phase 2, like a combo of a ritual beat or rolling thunder. Second phase literally feels like fighting a kaiju titan. That's a good point. I definitely liked the second phase more than the first one. But to be fair, the first one is actually complementing the second phase because the second phase is a contrast to the first one. So there's no contrast to the first phase if the first phase is not like that. Might be my first seat, feels generic to be honest. That's fair. Okay, I'm going to let the ball in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think most people said C tier. Some people said even B tier. Okay. Well, actually, one person said B, 1A, and 2C. Yeah, I don't know about this one, lads. I wasn't feeling it too much. I might actually agree with that this is our first C tier song so far. So let's put it there. Why wait? Let's go now with Godskin Apostles. And I actually have heard this song before, even before I play Elden Ring for the first time. I did a video for this song, I think. Godskin Apostles. Boom. Yeah, I remember this song. That's my favorite part of the song. Contestable Fs. We'll see what happens. The poll decides. Most memorable track in the game, only reason to carry on fighting the fat, so it's Linky. Alright. This is the first phase. Now this is the second phase. That slapped. Nice touch with the brass incoming there. The choir really sells the song, as do the quiet points that let them stand out without a backing. It feels like a congregation that gets whipped up into a frothing crusade. A frothing crusade. Okay, this is sick. This is the resolution, probably. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me open the poll for this track. Godskin Apostles. Phase 2 strings are what make it so fun for me. It adds this feeling of ambition, madness, and escalation. S+ tier, mate. Okay. If people are saying this is an S tier, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for people to vote. Although I don't even know how many people there is on the stream. There's not a lot of people. But there's enough people to have fun. I listen to good music. Yeah. Okay. Down to 80%. I'm gonna give it 5 more seconds. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, most people is saying it's an S tier. Okay, here's the thing. I am not crazy about this song. This is probably my first hot take. Well, it's not necessarily a hot take. I don't think the song is bad, really. But there's a couple of things that I think are pretty sick about the song, but they are like very specific moments in the track that I really think that I like a lot. Otherwise, I don't really feel very drawn to it. So I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I am going to withdraw my vote from this. Like, I'm going to be absent of it, and I'm going to let you vote on this one, okay? Because it seems like you really like this track, and I think it would be a disservice from me to just bump it down just because of that issue, okay? So I'm going to put Godskin Apostles on S tier, like you just said on the poll. Didn't even realize I spent 2 hours on the boss just because I was mesmerized by the OST. SS tier. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you liked it a lot. I don't like it a lot, but I will put it on S tier. I have no problem with that. I can concede on that regard. Well, it's not like I'm putting any opposition. Like I said, I'm just withdrawing my vote in this one in particular. I can't vote based on the bias that I have. So let's move to the next one. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's listen to Mock, Lord of Blood. I did a video for this one too. I analyzed Mock's theme and Malenia theme in one video. This is going to be interesting. Low choirs. Listen to the harpsichord at the back. Ah. Getting goosebumps, mate. So sick. We also have an acoustic guitar in it. So much variety in the instrumentation as well. This is the second phase. No! No! Say it in the chat, say it in the chat. No! Yeah! No! Mate, the Lloyd choirs are just hits it in the spot, mate. And its descending is just like so cool, mate. Ah! Soundtrack straight from the horror moments, absolute S tier. Mog such a good boss, good way to make terrain an obstacle in a boss fight. Alright, that was Mog, Lord of Blood. Yes, sir. Okay, let's do the poll now. Mog, S, A, B, or C? That part where it's just the choir then seems to roll up like some creature rising from a boiling pool, finishing on that operatic crescendo, then descends again. Damn, this song rocks. Yeah, this is a pretty sick song. One of my favorites for sure. I don't think I have to, based on the reaction that I had to the track, I don't think I had to tell you what I'm giving it. But yeah. This is one of my favorite songs from Elden Ring for sure. I mean, it has a lot of things that I like in music, in orchestral music. It has low choirs. It has an harpsichord in the back, in the first phase, and it also has the waltz thing, mate. The waltz element in the song is so good. Okay, okay. I'm going to end the polling in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low-key fit for a Bloodborne soundtrack. Yeah, so some of its parts might be fitting for a Bloodborne as well. Maybe for a character like German or something, you know, not something like Ludwig. Something more human form than, you know, an absolute abomination, you know. Okay, so most people say it's S tier. I'm just going to go straight to S tier. I'm gonna place it. I think since this is my favorite one, I'm going to place it on top of a Starscourge Radahn. But Radahn, I think it's pretty close to be the best song so far of the soundtrack. So let's move on to Beast Clergyman. Okay, this is the next song that we're going to do. How many songs we have left? Not too much, actually. The rest of them are just optional bosses. Well, some of these are optional, but you know what I mean. They're not main bosses. Let's listen to Beast Clergyman now. What's everyone's favorite track in Elden Ring? Mine is Midra. We're going to do we will do the DLC soundtrack ranking on another stream. Okay, this song has low choirs, which is something that I like. But this is the first phase, isn't it? They're very, very tamed right now. Beast Clergyman is another one I would choose to listen to outside the game. Really? It's a strange cage where I adore the ambient nature more than a melodic one, since we are treated to that brooding male choir again. Ah, I see. I'm guessing this is the part where you fight Malekith. It's very tamed right now, but it's going somewhere. This song stays in the low register throughout the most of the song. There's a couple of things that are in a higher register, but it's very anchored to the foundation. Big percussion, low choirs. Listen to the growling tuba in the back. I mean, it makes sense, right? The growling tuba is trying to do like a theme with the beast concept, like it's a growling beast. All right, there we have it. Beast Clergyman. What do you think about this track? I think I am having mixed feelings about this one, but I'm gonna let you decide about this one. Beast Clergyman. S, A, B, or C? We have, what else do we have? We have Market, the Fell Omen, Last, and the final battle, which is Radagon's and Elden Beast fight, I think. We have 2 more songs left from the main bosses. Someone was saying the Earth Tree Avatar was a good song. We could listen to that in addendum as well. And with that, we can end the stream. I was going to do boss tier by difficulty at the end of the stream, but this stream took longer than I anticipated. So we will probably leave that tier list for another stream. Maybe we can do. Maybe we could next stream we can do the Shadow of the Earth Tree soundtrack ranking, the tier list for that soundtrack, and on another stream we can do boss tier list in terms of difficulty for both Elden Ring and the DLC in one stream. I think that could be a good schedule for it. Okay. So let's see how the voting goes. Now to the piano, the church-like white space in the music of phase 1 and the trill along the strings. It's beautiful, contemplative, and unsettling. Then phase 2 kicks in and oh yeah, rolling timpani, strings trill, power chords in the choir. Is a constant rise to a heavenly crescendo. I liken the strings to be scurrying, whether that's Malekith or yourself. I'll leave to your interpretation. Yeah, I did get a little bit nuts when I fought Malekith. I really enjoyed that fight. That's probably my favorite fight of the whole game. Yeah, most probably, I think that's my favorite fight, along with Margit. Do Ricard. You know what? You're actually right. Ricard is not here. Ricard is not in the list. This is so weird. But I think it is in. Let me check the listing of the songs that are in the official soundtrack. We have Elden Ring, Margit, Godric, Renala, Godskin, Apostle, Scourge for Dawn. Oh, we have Regal Ancestor Spirit as well. God Devouring Serpent, H Dragon, Godfrey, and the final battle. Okay. Well, let's do Margit. No, sorry. Okay, Beast Clergyman, people say it's very split. S, A, and B. I don't know, man. I don't like this song too much. But I'm gonna have to vote because it's completely split. I'm gonna give it a B tier, but I will place it here, I think. Yeah, let's put it in a B tier. The person that voted in S tier is going to have a heart attack. How dare you? Okay, let's listen to God Devouring Serpent because it is in the original soundtrack. Let's look it up. God Devouring Serpent. This has to be the Ricard theme, isn't it? God Devouring Serpent, yeah. This is the Ricard's theme. Okay, let's do the Ricard's theme. This boss battle as well. I will say that I'll place Malekith as my favorite one, then Ricard's, and then Margit. That's my top 3 boss fights for Elden Ring for my liking. This is obviously the first phase. I see it's in serpent mode. Second phase? Yeah, second phase is about to begin. A solo male vocalist? I think so. I never noticed that. This is very tame, considering this is the second phase. Okay, well, it's starting to change. Another one I can listen off game, though I will say mainly for phase 2. Phase 1 makes my skin crawl, which I suppose means it's doing its job right. Yeah, it's making you feel something, it's doing something. The violins are going crazy here, mate. That's the resolution of the song? Wow, yeah. This song is a slow burn and it gets to the climax right at the end of the track. Oh, let's see. Let's start the poll here. Record. I'm just gonna call it record so everybody knows what it is. S-A-B-R-C. Ritualistic drum beat, brooding male vocalist, and what's open up with to melody best described as carnival of glorious horrors, bombastic, evil, and just freaking fun. You have a wide vocabulary to describe these tracks, mate. I like that. You should be doing the videos instead of me. embodiment of hell. Well, the second phase is a hell, I literally, textually hell. So that's fitting. Okay, we have 67% on S tier. I'm gonna end this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, a lot of people are saying S tier. I have to say that even though this is one of my favorite fights of the whole game, I don't think that the soundtrack connects to me with me that much. If it was for me, I would put it in B tier, quite honestly, which is crazy, isn't it? Maybe this is another unpopular opinion from me, since you lads seems to like this track a lot. But I will say this: I'll go with your vote because I did like this fight a lot. The boss and everything about this fight is insanely good. So I'm just going to withdraw my vote and put it in S tier, like you said. Okay. Where is it? God Devouring. I would put it last though. Don't get your high hopes, your hopes too high, thinking that I'm going to place it above Mog or Star Scourge Radon. That's not gonna happen. All right. Okay. Let's listen to Regal Ancestor Spirit, which is another track that is in the official release of the soundtrack. And after that, we will have like 2 more songs, and we will be done with it for today. So let's listen to Regal Ancestor Spirit, which I think is the song for the reindeer, magic reindeer, right? As far as I'm concerned. Fair, also thanks for the compliments. Of course, mate. No problema. Okay. I don't remember how that instrument is called. I like it. This song is actually better than I thought. What is that instrument called? Regal Ancestor Spirit has some of the coolest instruments. It's also a song that takes full advantage of the silence within its score. This is like a string quartet with a flute and that instrument, I don't know what that is. But you know, you hear it a lot when you hear like Western orchestral music. Like spaghetti westerns. Although this sounds, at times this sounds more like Eastern music. It's a mix of both worlds, I think, which makes the song more interesting. That's so cool. I think we might have a deep cut here. This song is way better than I foresaw it would be. Man, this song is sick. Wow. I don't know about you, but I did like that song a lot. But I'll leave it to you. This is the unsung hero, I think, of the whole soundtrack. It doesn't even sound like an Elden Ring track at all, but it's really good. SABRC. I wish that I knew what instruments were used because I want to find more of it. Yeah, me too. I'm actually going to do that research after I end the stream. I mean, I've heard those instruments before. It's not like they're insanely exotic, okay? I've heard those instruments in many film scores, especially, like I said, some spaghetti westerns, and but also there's some element of Eastern music, you know, like from Asia, like from Japan and China and that region, that is also mixed in with the presence of those instruments. So that's very interesting. Wow, people saying it's an S tier. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 10 more seconds. But this is a song that I mean, I don't even remember the song from the game at all. Like I was fighting the boss, but it wasn't particularly something that I really would remember. But whoa, people just dropped it to 33%. You people are mean, mate. I just said, oh, well, everybody's is saying it's an S tier, then people started changing their vote or just said, no, it's not S tier. Okay, I'm going to leave it at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love the flute trios, reminds me of a scurrying creature in a forest. Yeah, that's a very cool way to describe it. Okay, so it is pretty split. There's one person that didn't like it too much, a person that liked it, and a person that really liked it. So I suppose it comes to my vote to untie this. You chose war. You'll have war. Wow. Should I place this in S tier? I mean, I'm pretty sure I would piss some people off Putting this song in S tier, mate. The thing is that the song is so interesting because it doesn't sound like an Elden Ring song. It sounds like from a completely different video game, which makes the song unique and refreshing. This song is like the one that stands out from all the songs that we already heard. It has a completely different arrangement. It has instruments that is not present in any of the other songs. So you know what? I'm going to place this in S tier, mate. Screw it. Let the world burn when they see I placed that there. Okay. So, let's listen to Margit the Fell Omen now. We're almost finished with the songs. Margit the Fell Omen. Okay, let's check it out. You see, it's already, we can hear the jarring difference in between the arrangement and the instrumentation in the song, which follows the theme of Elden Ring compared to the previous one that we heard. That abrupt silence, I like that abrupt silence. Those strings remind me of Jaws. Yeah, there's the Jaws element in other songs as well. In Godric the Grafted, there is the Jaws thing as well. That chromatic thing. Yeah, you can hear it there. That's the first phase, I think. Yeah. I just noticed Margit's Phase 1 theme is actually more of a remix of Margit's Phase 2. So it literally is picking up where Margit's songs left off. Interesting. Ooh, that tremolo in the bass at the end. That was a nice touch. All right. Let's hear it for Margit. Margit You think is it S, A, B, or C? I think. I will say for me, it's a B tier. I didn't really listen to anything particularly remarkable about the song in terms of me connecting with it. So I would say it's a B tier for me. But you're saying it's an A tier so far. I only worry for the vote is saturation bias. Hear something so much you can get sick of it. A market put a lot of ambition to rest. Yeah, that's true. Some people might be turned off by a track by hearing it too many times. But at the same time, like for example, Millennia, we gave Millennia B tier. Some people like that boss battle a lot, other people don't. And like you said, there's the fatigue element. So okay, most people seems to say it's an A tier. Well, it's actually split between A and B. So I'm going to place I'm going to vote to break this tie into B tier. Because quite honestly, but if I do that, I'm going to place it like maybe here. All right. So I think we have one more left, which is the final battle. This is a song that we have heard. I mean, it was one of the most famous songs, if not the most famous song from Elden Ring. So let's do the honors to close the stream, to finish the stream with the final battle, which is pretty fitting, isn't it? Listening to the final track of the whole game as a closer for the whole stream. Let's check it out. Bam, 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 bam. I'm going to place the poll at once, so you can start voting right now. This is my favorite part of the song, this right here. Ending with a pedal note in the bass. Starting with the pedal note in the bass. We don't have pling pling plong here. We have pling plong. Pling plong. They stole a plong. A plane, sorry. The Phase 2 theme remains for me one of my all-time favorites. While I adore the flashy and bombastic, it's songs where you can swim in the silence that resonates most with me. Yeah, actually one of my favorite songs in Dark Souls is Nameless. Was it called Nameless song? It's the song in Dark Souls 1 that rolls in the credits. Yeah, it's called Nameless Song. That's my favorite song in Dark Souls 1. And one of my favorite songs in Dark Souls 2 is... you know, the town theme. There it is, lads. The final battle. I like the second phase more than the first phase as well. Because the second phase is really a swan song, you know? It's almost like a pre-credits track, to be fair. And it's a culmination of your journey. That's why it's so tamed and so soothing. So, everybody is saying the song is S tier. And I will have to say that I love how soothing the second phase is. The music itself represents the divinity of the Elden Beast. Yeah, but also of the ending of your journey, like I said. And, you know, most people say this is an S tier, and I would agree that the final battle is an S tier. I will put it here. Above Godskin, above below Star Scourge, Radon, and Mog. So there we have it, lads. Excellent job. Yeah, Majula. That's the song exactly. And Majula is such an incredible track, mate. I don't know if you have heard Nameless Song ever. One of my favorite tracks from Dark Souls, and it's not even. It's a credits song. It's not even it's not a main theme for any of the bosses or anything. You know, I think I even placed it in S tier in a tier list that I did along like whatever in 2021 or something when I played the game for the first time. And I did have a hot take in that because I think I placed Nameless Song in S tier and I placed Winged theme in C tier. Go figure. Which, by the way, I have something planned for that. I'm going back to Winged's theme. I'm going to do an interesting video about that. Probably by next month. I just have to finish something. But yeah. There we have it, lads. We have 6 songs in S tier, only 1 in C tier, and 7 in B. I think this is a pretty good tier list. I'm happy with it. My favorite song is on top of S tier, and you lads agreed that it was an S tier track as well. Regal Ancestor was quite a surprise. Fantastic song. I'm actually going to add this in my Spotify playlist for video game music because this is an unsung hero in the whole soundtrack for sure. So I'm gonna end the stream by thanking you for coming in. This was a very random, out of the blue stream. So I appreciate that you came in and shared your time with me at this. Well, it's almost midnight for me. So maybe it's pretty late for you as well. Next stream, we're going to do the DLC soundtrack, okay? We're going to rank the DLC soundtrack for Shadow of the Earth Tree. I already played the DLC. I didn't play it on stream. I just played it by myself. So I've heard the songs already. But I'm pretty sure that we are going to be refreshing how the songs really are when we do the ranking. And after that stream, we probably will do the boss rankings for both the base game and the DLC, all right? So thank you very much for coming in. Remember to check my latest Final Fantasy video that I did, which is for No Promises to Keep from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I'll see you on the next stream, all right? You have a good night. Take care.